Hey guys, it's Woody the Unexceptional Gamer, and this is the second video in my series of how to play Infected. The first one was how to play Infected as an infected person, and this is how to play Infected as a survivor. So first tip, get some kills, right? You have to work your way up through the specialist kill streak, because without that, you're not going to survive. There are a couple in particular that make it, just a must-have thing. At the end of the game, when you're the last guy standing, there's this little beeper that goes off. It goes, boop, there's something close to that, and it shows you where the last survivor is, up on the minimap in the top. So if you don't have assassin at that point, everyone knows where you are and you're just dead meat. It's 17 versus 1 and there's no way you're going to survive. If you do have assassin, then you don't show up. Then that doesn't happen. And you're going to need that to win the game as a survivor. The other thing you need is sleight of hand. Without sleight of hand, you're not going to be able to take on the onslaught of people as they're rushing at you again and again. So you have to work your way. In particular, assassin and sleight of hand are needed to stay alive to the end of this game. When you're picking a spot to defend, and I want this to be durable, so I'm going to cover, with and without throwing knives. Now, if the other team doesn't have throwing knives, then what you're looking for in a spot to defend is a place that has, it's tricky to jump to, right? They need to jump on this little pole and then that pole, and as they're doing that, you can sit there and kill them. That's what makes for a good defensive spot when there are no throwing knives. When there are throwing knives, what you're looking for is cover and mobility. You need to be able to strafe side to side so that you're a tough target to hit, right? If you have this little spot and it's up in the way and you've got long lines of sight like the end of the bridge on Seatown, they're just going to take their time, line up a throwing knife, and take you out. You will never win that way. So when there's a throwing knife, I like to be behind the half wall, like behind me as I speak this, or I like to be, behind a barrel or something like that. Something that's going to keep you, keep your target really small. Control that engagement so that they only have a couple of pixels to hit while they're running into your gunfire. Because if you have guns, they have knives. You do have the advantage, even though in Call of Duty sometimes it seems like knives are better than guns. Staying with teammates. I like to play with teammates, but I think that both ways are a viable strategy, right? If you've worked your way up, you have your specialist perks that you need to stay alive to the end, it's not a terrible idea to break off and play by yourself. They're going to sit there and they're going to rush at, that larger target all the time. If you don't want to be in that party, then that's okay. Me, it's partly for fun too. I just like being surrounded with teammates. I like it when we're all working together with a common goal, trying to take people out and keep them alive. That is my idea of fun. And I also think it's a pretty viable strategy for staying alive to the end of the game. That team that you're with, that little area you're defending, is a little bit stronger when 6 or 7 people are watching it compared to 5 or 6. If you haven't earned Hardline Pro yet, don't waste your ammo, right? Get the kills where you're going to get your kills, but don't spend a lot of ammo just, getting that assist, because it's not really helping anybody. Say, conserve it, because it's easy in this game to sort of waste your ammo. You see these easy free kills, the guy's virtually unarmed and he's 30 feet away, but in the end, all you get is an assist for your efforts, and you're better off maybe letting him get a little closer and getting a kill, or letting your teammate get that kill, because it doesn't really help people like you want it to, by just, firing into the abyss until, that is, when you have Hardline Pro. And then once you have Hardline Pro, you can really get some work done, and those assists are almost as valuable as kills. Oh, I was lucky to survive that right there. When the game first starts, one of the things I like to do is follow someone. I just sit there right behind him, and that does two things. One, it ensures that he's not going to stab me in the back, and two, it allows me to stab him in the back and immediately get a teammate if I'm the guy that gets chosen as being the infected. So right at the start, you can do yourself a favor by preparing yourself for that first kill, for that, whatever it is, 1 in 18 chance that you're actually going to be the infected person. And here I am. There's only 2 of us left trying to hold down this area against all odds. And can I do it? Can I do it? It's really hard. It's really hard. It's only 12v2 instead of 17v2 or whatever. It's 16v2, but that's it. So I ended with a 20 KD. Not a bad game. It was kind of fun. And I hope that you guys liked it. So anyway, yeah, get your early kills, get your assassin. You can stay with your party or without. Both are viable strategies. And he got me in the back. Don't waste your ammo unless you got Hardline Pro, at which point the assists really help you out. If you do call in a MOAB after you die, a lot of people ask me about this, it does not wipe out the remaining survivors. If you're new around here and you enjoyed the video, click on subscribe in the top right. If you're not new around here, everybody can click on like if you like the video. Two videos you may have missed. The top one is how to play Infected as Infected. It's sort of the sister video to this one that you've just watched. And the bottom one is Wife Wednesday. It's a weekly series I do with my wife where we do a dual comm. It's always a lot of fun. People like it. Get good ratings. Maybe you'll like it too. So check them out and have a good day.